Hello, this video has been designed to help you better understand dyslexia. This is an awareness video from the Dyslexia Resource. Dyslexia is usually defined as an unexpected difficulty with reading. It's unexpected because typically dyslexics are very bright, they have strong reasoning capabilities, strong out-of-the-box thinking skills, and often they're highly verbal, so you would expect them to be good readers. Dyslexia is actually neurobiological in nature. In fact, dyslexics process visual information differently from typical learners. They have a very hard time recognizing letters and then associating those letters with their respective sounds. And finally, they have a very hard time struggling to blend those sounds together to form words. Dyslexic brains are actually different from typical brains. In fact, dyslexia affects the part of the brain that controls the ability to process the way language is heard, spoken, read, or spelled. Dyslexia can also manifest itself in difficulties with such things as working memory, processing speed, attention, or organizational skills. Dyslexic brains actually do look different from typical brains. Scientists have done years of research and found that there are structural differences in two important parts of the dyslexic brain. One part sends the information from our eyes and ears to the other part, which deals with language. Dyslexia is very common in the population. In fact, it's believed to be from 10 to 20% of the population that are dyslexic. It can only be diagnosed by a professional psychologist who's actually been trained to assess and diagnose learning disabilities. A psychologist will only make a diagnosis of dyslexia after they've completed an extensive battery of testing, including intelligence testing and tests of academic achievement. Dyslexia, in fact, is highly hereditary. In fact, it has been found that if you have a parent that's dyslexic, your odds of being dyslexic are around 50%. If you have a parent that's dyslexic and a sibling, then those odds go up to 75%. The interesting thing is that no two dyslexics are alike. There are, in fact, varying degrees of dyslexia. If you look at two children in the same family who are both dyslexic, they can present with very different profiles. Dyslexia actually has absolutely nothing to do with intelligence. In fact, dyslexics typically possess average to above average intelligence. There are many famous dyslexics, including folks like Sir Richard Branson, Charles Schwab, Steve Jobs, and Albert Einstein. There is no cure for dyslexia. In fact, dyslexics are dyslexic for life. However, with a proper kind of systematic phonics instruction, dyslexics can be effectively remediated. In fact, they can learn to spell and read much better when they receive the right kind of help. In summary, dyslexia is a structural brain difference that has nothing to do with intelligence. It's highly hereditary, it occurs very frequently in the population, and it makes reading and spelling difficult. However, the good news is with the right kind of instruction, dyslexics can learn to read and spell much better. Thank you. The mission of the Dyslexia Resource is to empower communities to serve dyslexic learners.